this is a place that meets people halfway, so folks have to meet us the other half. And so this place is not for those who need help, it's only for those who want it. So if you walk through the door, the hope here is that we will, ticker tape parade and red carpet to welcome you and to help you, because it's a huge step when somebody says, I'm ready to redirect my life. And that's exactly what Richard did. So that's heroic. That in itself as a step is huge. He also has the added thing where he got into trouble again, and then he came back here. So for him, that was significant, because it indicated that this place is a real community of no matter whatness. That no matter what happens, you dust yourself off, you pick yourself up, and there's going to be acceptance and kind of a non-judgmental environment. So I think he encountered that here. That was even more powerful than the help he got, I think, which was the fact that after he had done something disappointing, that people here were too busy loving him to be disappointed in him. And that was surprising. And so it propelled him into even greater healing and working on himself and coming to terms with his past. Well, that's hard, but that's kind of an obstacle for any actor, to be pigeonholed and stereotyped, and you'll only get these roles. He's going to have to work against that. You don't blame the industry, because if they're looking for a convincing gang member, they're going to go to a convincing gang member, probably. But, he's got chops, as we say, So I remember once, I hadn't ever watched the show too much, but Southland. So we were here in my council, and they said, you got to watch this. So on the computer, they brought up this scene where he's in a hole. He was forced to dig his own grave by this cop who was holding a gun on him. And it was unbelievably good, It was devoid of all the kind of stereotypical weirdness that people always sort of convey when they're portraying a, Latino gang member. It was just the real deal. It was it felt like this guy was about to be killed and he's digging his own grave. Not for a moment did you feel like it was acting. So we all stood here and we looked at it and we thought, my God, this is good. He's really good. So I get the gimmick part. Because people come here all the time for extras or casting, and they go, wow, you look the part. And so they get picked because of how they look. He's really taken it to another level. He's worked on his craft. He studied, and he improves with each time he does this. So I think one of his first things was A Better Life, and Chris Weitz was exceptionally good with him, and trying to push him, and it's a trap, because are you going to just be the cold-hearted gang member? But he wasn't, he really pushed it a little bit. So where in the end you go, wow, this is a complicated character, and he's got a heart, and in the end you felt your response was compassion rather than this is a villain, which I thought was helpful. Well, I think what people discover when they come here, gang members, is they come to terms with their lives. They heal what needs to get healed. They look at hard stuff that's been done to them and stuff that they've done. And then they seek to re-identify who they are in the world, which is really very difficult for anybody. And they engage in attachment repair. They heal, the trauma that they've had to experience. They decide to transform their pain so they no longer have to transmit it. Richard has done all that through here, but the truth is he's done all this. We're honored and humbled to be able to assist him in that. But that was a transformation that could not have happened without him. people will talk in the way that, well, this couldn't have happened. I don't know, where would I be without Homeboy? But the truth is that transformation wouldn't have happened without Richard Cabral. He was the only one who did this, you know, and couldn't have been possible otherwise. So we were happy to receive him and to become a disappearing act in the process, you know, where suddenly he discovers the truth of who he is, that he's exactly what God had in mind when God made him. And now he has become that truth. Now he has inhabited that truth, and nothing will topple him now.